Hey yo, actually Amungus here with another video. This time, seeing as the hype from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is starting to die down a little bit, I thought I would start branching out into other kinds of content again. And if you follow this channel for a long time, you might know that one of my favorite genres of video games is fighting games. So if you didn't know that and you're finding this channel because of this game, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I would appreciate all the support, especially coming from the different types of content. I'm pretty close with my Pokemon community, but some of my other viewers I would love to get to know a little bit better as well. Anyway, I've been playing this game, Them Fighting Herds, TFH as you probably heard called in this video for short, for a little while now. And mostly just messing around, single player, playing a little bit online. Like, I was only a bronze, and I would win a little bit every once in a while. Started to think maybe this would be a game I could make some interesting videos from. So I, being the competitive person that I am, entered a tournament. One that I found online, similar to the FGC tournaments that I've been doing on my channel as well. What I didn't know is what I was getting myself into was the biggest tournament that has happened for TFH in months. Now, the first opponent that I play in this tournament is another Shanty main, which is the character that I play in this game. Those familiar more with the Pokemon aspect of the channel, I'll try to explain briefly what's going on. But it doesn't take much fighting game knowledge to understand the butt kicking that is about to commence. Now, one thing I would say I learned, like, I'll try to point out certain spots where I know watching this back that it happened, is unknown amounts of tournament nerves that I didn't expect to happen. This is my first game and my first fighting game tournament, and you see the dropped combo there. It could have been a much longer chain of hits and obviously, of course, damage. Just poor execution, a lot of like fumbling around, button mashing, and bad blocking. Things that maybe I'm not great at anyway, because I am still what you would consider a casual at this game. But I could have done better than that, especially in the first round where I got a perfect KO happened to me. And of course, also, the tournament is best 2 out of 3. As most fighting games are so short, you're not going to play just one game and then keep it pushing with tournament stakes. So in order to determine who's truly the better player, best of 3. However, I don't think we needed a best of 3 to determine who is truly the better player. I do get a little bit, like, I catch myself on my combo right there. I have a couple decent moments, like the fact that I'm even getting these hits in neutral is pretty decent. I get a special off just because I kind of know what's going to happen as soon as my, as I say in fighting games, turn is over. And I'm pretty much spot on with that. But I get a little bit of life. I show a little bit of a heartbeat in this first round. And I bring this up to say, this was a high level tournament. A lot of good players. There was even a cash prize, small cash prize, but a cash prize. And they have what's called double elimination, where if you lose in the winner's bracket, you go down to the loser's bracket. And I won't explain the intricacies of how this works round through round in this video, especially because I lost in my first match. But generally speaking, the later you get dropped down into loser's bracket, the better, if you're going to at all. And then, if it goes down, I won't explain all that right now, because in the second match of the tournament, I play against Weather Report. And maybe I should just show this, because I get one little low tap off in neutral, or what they call footsies in fighting games. Just a little poke, and then weather reports Tianho commences to just shut me down, not let me play the game as they should. As they should. A lot of people might get turned off of fighting games from this aspect, but I promise I know that over the hill of learning and practicing and the combination of the two coming together in real life pressured situations, that I can do this too. So it's okay to have this happen to me. However, it doesn't get any better throughout my second round in the tournament. And as you would probably imagine, with double elimination, it is going to put me out of my first tournament very quickly, decisively, and easily. But from there, I wasn't entirely deterred. I knew that I was a little bit over my head, well over my head probably, and that I needed to improve my skill in order to have more fun at these types of competitions, because, well, that type of round right there isn't very fun. But I still wanted to play at a competitive level. I don't mind to lose and figure out the problem, what I would say, the hard way, you know? So I went in training mode. I got some more games online, and I found another tournament perfect for my skill level called the Little Hoops tournament. It's a beginner friendly tournament, and they even do a thing that the staff of the tournament calls vetting, in order to test, make sure the beginners are actually beginners. And while I do play another Shanty main in the vetting process, I'm not going to show too much, because there's a certain way that the person was playing. You would see a lot of things called like knowledge checks, just seeing like, what do you do against this? What do you do against that? Can you showcase certain skills that would dictate a certain skill level? I know that's very vague, but I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. And basically, I clearly passed the test as a beginner. I passed the beginner, be a noob test with flying colors. I'll show you a quick bit of exactly how that went for me. And no, it's not this 3 special. I just thought I'd put this in the video, because fun fact, I'm a Switch player, and it's supposed to crash the game when this happens. But anyway, this is how the betting process really went for me. But nonetheless, I entered the Little Hoops tournament, and once again played another Shanty in my first match. But I'm thinking this time I'm going to do a lot better. However, you see my jump back aerial, it's not even a short hop, which was supposed to be. I'm nervous, I'm playing sloppy, or maybe more like heavy-handed and nervous is the word, but I'm not playing up to my true caliber, even as little as that may be. I get a small combo off, but you know, my opponent's defense, character knowledge, all just much more sufficient than me. Granted, in the Little Hoops tournament, at least I get to play the game a little bit. But you can quickly start to see with the magic combos coming off of my opponent and stuff, that they're definitely just a much higher power, you know, they're a much more powerful player. They're strong. So we go to round 2. I feel like they start getting into their comfort zone a little bit more. while I kind of try to turn my game down to just the easiest of stuff. You'll notice in this match I do the A kind of when I don't mean to, though, which means that, like, I was probably meaning to do like a down hit into a launcher, which would be down forward, and I messed up my inputs because I'm nervous rushing, and that's not an excuse, that's just a diagnosis of things that I can do better in future tournaments, because that is the whole purpose of making this otherwise to some embarrassing video of getting smoked. But I'm not that embarrassed about that loss, because my opponent there did end up making it quite far into the tournament. So they were just strong. I forgot that was only round 1. But this is the round where I do the accidental parlays, is what the A's are called. And you can see just the nerves getting to me. I know this loss would send me back into losers. And the last time I was in losers, I played a much more difficult opponent the second time. And I just didn't want that experience to repeat again. And I shouldn't have been thinking about any of that. I should have been thinking about what I was doing in training mode. I should have just... I had a little bit of it in the last round of the last game where I was just calming down and playing easier stuff if my execution wasn't great. If my heart rate was a little too high to do some of my more complicated tricks, that's fine. But I think you start to snowball when you get on tilt, and my opponent ends up finishing off with a flashy, little bit show-offy, but not in a bad way. Perfect. Anyway, straight into my losers bracket game. We play against Omens, and, you know, drop our first combo right out the gate. We do pick it back up for kind of the amount of damage we were looking for, but just like rushing in, heart rate too high, nerves too high. It's not a good look. We see a couple things working for us though, so you know, besides probably a rushed input on that, we start to get a little bit more comfortable. We see our short hop starting to come out. We block a super, makes us feel a little better. And even though we do lose a round here, something finally happens in game 2, in my last chance to win and go win at least one round in this tournament. You see, I start off with a decent combo. I'm staying a little bit safe. I'm not rushing in as much as I was game 1. Although I don't really have the knowledge to not rush, and I'm playing a rush down character. My kind of main and only strategy is to put a lot of pressure on. Still, we're seeing a little bit less nerves is the point that I'm making. And I get my combo going here a little bit. Block another super. Makes me think, hey, maybe I'm winning this round. Maybe I can do this. And then for one round even, I start to feel a little bit comfortable. Feel like I can play at least to like without tournament nerves, like to a regular online match. I finish off with the super. Everything's going as according to plan. And I'm thinking maybe I can get my one. Maybe I can get my one. I'm feeling good about it, although my approaches are getting steadily punished because they're all similar. That's another reason why I'm watching this again. This is one of the multiple times that I've watched these matches back to try to get a grasp on what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. As you see, I get some damage off. I try to bring it back. I got the corner pressure. I go for the ult, but I just don't get the kill that time. and my opponent catches me. And that's the end of my tournament run. So, nothing to really brag about there. However, I do want to get this video up and posted because I met a great community of people within what's called the dojo that hosts this tournament. It's great for learning. Also, TFH is cross-play, so a Nintendo Switch player like me can play with, cooler consoles. Got rollback netcode, got a great training mode, and really is very underrated and one of the best values as a fighting game. So, I'm going to head out. Make sure you drop the like and subscribe. That's actually Amoongus saying peace.